Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Alyssa. I'm a multimedia artist. I like to film the stuff I create for you guys. This video was supposed to come out weeks ago, but November was not kind to me. I was going through some things behind the scenes, but we're not going to get into that. We're only having good vibes from now on. So I went through a lot of phone cases throughout the almost 2.5, 3 years I had my phone. So yeah, I went through a lot of cases and I found 2 in my room because I was cleaning out my room. Originally I was just gonna throw them away, you know, be gone. But then the creative side of me came out. She came out and she was like, hey, you can turn this into some type of art, some type of something. You can do something with this, Alyssa. So I was like, you know what, creative side Alyssa, you're right. We are going to turn old crusty phone cases, which I don't have any footage of them before, it's a long story, but they're just old crusty phone cases, and we're gonna turn them into pieces of art. What, these are just gonna be decor. These are not gonna be practical. You could not put this back on your phone. Anyways, let's get on to the video. Here are the designs for the phone cases. I did these in Procreate, phone case 1 and phone case 2. Let's get into it. First things first, I began by taking this clay I got from Michael's and set up my pasta machine. And this helps the clay get like ready. I don't know how to say it. Like, it gets the clay like ready to use, I guess you could say. I don't know, but I like using it. It's fun. So you just put it on the top, and then you just like spin the thing, and it comes out flat. Like, it gets rid of all the air bubbles, air pockets, I mean, smash it in there. I really like it. I enjoy it. And now the clay is ready. I sand the phone case down a bit just so the clay has a better chance of sticking. And don't worry, I covered my face because I do not want to be inhaling those microplastics. I then rolled out the chunk of clay and cut the clay into the shape of my phone. After that, I began to place the clay on the phone and spread out the clay to cover the whole phone case. And I did a little squirt. And then using a paintbrush and my fingies, I smoothed it out. Look how smooth she came out. Look at that. Wow. She's a beauty. Look at that. After it dried, I began to sketch out where everything would go. Just a nice little rough sketch to get an idea. I didn't do this for the second one, but I don't know. I got a little lazy with the second one, but for this one, I did. Look at me being a mature artist, actually helping myself out instead of setting myself up like I usually do. But yeah, I don't know. And she's done. Look at that. I also did some sandpapering using 3 different grids. I used I used 60, then I used 80, then 120, which is the smoothest. If you don't know, the lower, the more rough. Just in case you wanted to know a little lesson about sandpaper. Now that everything else is done, we can finally start sculpting. So I began by first making the eyeballs, which are just simple ovals. Then I did her little nose, which I think I made bigger, but the first one was, yeah. Then I made her big, juicy lips. First doing the top lip, and of course using my tools to help blend the lips onto the face. Then we placed the even juicier bottom lip, and of course using my tools to blend it, kind of using the same thing. This little like rounded pointed tip is like my favorite tool like so far. I'm still pretty new to sculpting, but I'm starting to get the use of the tools. And I also use this paintbrush, which I use quite a lot. It comes really handy to just help smooth things out, like officially. I took a piece of clay and put it about a quarter way on the eye I made. And I cut the excess clay I didn't really need. And I began to blend it together. While I was doing that, I tried to get the shape of the eye I wanted, but I tried, but I like how she came out at the end. I was a little scared at first, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of like, oh, I don't know how I feel about the eyeball, but yeah. And also repeated the same steps. I also did the other eye off camera, just to let you know. I then made these little teardrop shaped things, and the things are eyebrows. I know this looks scary, but trust the process, trust me. I just had to make sure the eyebrows weren't too crazy looking. I then added the horns and blended those to the face. Oh, there we go, Alyssa, good job. Yeah, I was gonna do the charms like the heart, the cherries, and the star on camera. I mean, as 3D, like their own charms, but I decided just to paint them on there. I got kind of lazy, not gonna lie. Okay, now I have the second case, and basically I did the same thing I did with the other one, but this one was very difficult to work with. So I had to do a lot of sanding, like a lot of sanding. And I put a mask on because I did not want to inhale that dried up clay. And then I put a thin layer of clay on top of the first layer because that first layer was bumpy. So I put another layer to kind of help smooth things out, but it still looks bumpy, but better than before. I'm going to tell you that, better than before. Now that she's all dried, I then place the nose, which I don't know, this nose is low-key looking like, the nose is kind of looking like Squidward's right now. I'm not gonna hold you, but yeah. And I did the same thing by just pushing down a little clay to kind of attach it there. Then I did the top lip, which I made the top lip a bit thinner. I made the lips on this one a bit thinner because I really wanted to look more masculine compared to the other one. I don't know, like men and like small crusty lips just make sense. Then I rolled out a ball, cut it in half, and you guessed it, these will be those big cherry red cheeks, big juicy cheeks. He needs to see, so now we're going to make the eyes, which I did the same thing as the other one, which was make the balls, well, technically the ovals, but the eyeballs, quote unquote balls. And then I placed the eyebrows, and I placed the eyes on there. Then I took a small little chunk, and this will be the under eye. Blend that toe together. Which I really love doing this part. Like, I love this part. It's so fun. I'm gonna do a lot more sculpting videos. Oh my god, it looks horrendous up close, but I promise you it's gonna come out fine. Then I did the top lip, which I made him look very like, I don't know, he just has this look in his eyes. Yeah, and then I placed the eyebrow on the wet clay so I didn't have to stick it on later. I did the other eye off camera, and now they're both done. Here's this one. I love his cheeks. And then her, I really like how she came out. Of course, they look good now, but we need to paint them. So let's get painting. Taking some red paint, I painted my little demon this red apple paint. Even though she's not an apple, she's a demon. And I just painted the whole thing red, except for the eyeballs. But like everything else was this red. I don't know, but it worked good as a good base. Kind of wish I did in some parts because you can tell the red undertones, but yeah. I then began to paint her eyebrows, and I did this first layer of the eyebrows, which this is 1 out of 3 color changes of the eyebrows. It first was this like light brown, but Anyways, the bottom lip, I did a slightly darker red than her skin color. And for the top lip, I did a darker red for the top lip. I don't know, something about having a lighter bottom lip and a darker top lip is so cute to me. I love her. Then I painted the eyebrows a dark brown, which this didn't stay for long. And then I began to add just some eye shine or highlights to the eyelids, just for, I guess, a little bit of detail, because I didn't get lazy, but you know, I was kind of just like, it's 3D, I don't need to put details. It's not like a 2D painting, like a flat surface. She's 3D. Then I did the eyeballs, which I did the first layer of the eyeball a dark brown instead of black, because I feel like it'd be easier to cover up just in case I mess up. Then I added her little makeup. Is this makeup? I don't know what the hell this is, but I mean the circle and the heart, or dot I should say. I did the first layer in brown also, just in case I mess up. I can easily cover it up. But don't worry, we go over it black later, because the brown wasn't doing it for me. And the nose, I painted the nose a darker red, and then the black for the makeup. Yeah. And her eyes. Did I show this part? Did I show? Oh, I didn't show it. Well, her eyes are black too. Then I painted on the heart, which I did a base. The base is like a dark red, just so I can kind of like know where it's at. And then I did a very light red or pink. And then the cherries. Since she's already a red, I made the cherries pink to match everything else anyway. I feel like it would be weird if everything else. I then covered up those pupils. Yeah, I gave her pupils for a second. I mean not pupils, but like catchlight. I didn't like it, so I covered it with black. And she's done. I did the star off camera. Apparently I didn't film that part, but yeah, the star is there. Don't worry, she's there. Next is for my little blockhead brick baby. His base is a yellowish white. It's called antique white, which was perfect. Like this color was perfect. I didn't even know I had this color. Like, it was perfect. Just what I had in mind. I then began to paint his nose just an orange, not a light orange, just a regular old orange. And I did his lips a darker orange, because I don't know, something, I don't know, this color scheme I did, I love. I was gonna do his eyes blue because he has blue on him, but I'm just gonna give him brown eyes. Then the eyebrows are a light brown, which, oh my god, this color scheme, Alyssa, like, I love how he came out. Like, I love his colors. But yeah, light brown for the eyebrows, not the eyes. And then I went in with just that red I used for my little demon baby, and I did his red cheeks, but I also added a little white to them, just so they can kind of be pinky. But then I added red again. I really like how they came out though. It seems a little extra, but it's a nice red. Look at that. Then I went in the eyes with a dark brown and used the same light brown I used for the eyebrows as shine in his eyes, and I add his catchlight, and look at him. His basically he's done. Well, his basic face is done. I then did the details. I couldn't get you guys too close because, like, as you can see, my face was all up in there. Like, I had to be close. There's no way I could film this super close. The camera would have been in my way. And I'm not super good at painting small yet in my artist journey. And then I just did whatever little details I wanted to do. And I also painted her eyebrows a dark red, which is the final stage of her. And they're both done. OMG. Last thing we need to do is varnish them. So now that they're done, they look so gorgeous, but they look a little too matte and flat. So I'm taking this varnish. I love this varnish. It is a bit pricey, but totally worth it. Way better than Mod Podge. And I began to just squirt it on there. I did add a little too much on this one. I don't know why I did, but I did, because as you can see with this one, I was quite careful with her. I took my time with her. and I put the varnish on. It just makes it look so much better. Once you guys see the end product, it's like, oh my god, the varnish really saved this. If I didn't have this varnish, I don't think I would have liked them as much as I did, because the colors did look really flat and like, not boring, but just flat, I guess. Matte and flat. And I like that gloss. Look at that. Ooh, look at that gloss. She looks gorgeous. But I have one more step with her, and I added fake lashes, which I didn't get on camera because it was a mess. But yeah, I did add fake lashes to her. And for whatever reason, I used Gorilla Glue. Yeah, it was a mess. Ugh. So cute. They're literally like I made this. Like, look at that. It looks kind of glary because it's like super. Oh, what did I do to her eye? Oh. OMG. They're so different. I don't know. They like get both my aesthetics. Like, sometimes I like to be a little edgy, sometimes I like to be a little fun. I had a lot of fun making these. I have gotten a little into sculpting before this, like back in 2020, 2021, but this year I really gotten really into it. And I'm still in my very beginner stages, as you could see, very beginner, but I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm starting to get used to working with the tools and everything. But anyways, hope you got inspired. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay safe, stay beautiful, and stay creative. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.